check, 112233. Check, 112233. And welcome aboard to you who are joining us through High Button Sports. My name is Mark Rooney, along with Sean McCormick on camera, bringing you Nova Scotia U16 AAA hockey action from Montague, Prince Edward Island, Montague the Beautiful, where the hometown Eastern Dukes are hosting the visiting Cape Breton Jets. A warm welcome to all the followers and friends and family of the Jets. We're all set to go for the rematch 12 hours later. We'll have O Canada and we'll be ready for action. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would invite you to stand if able, remove your headwear as we have the playing of our national anthem. This is opening weekend at home for your Eastern Dukes, two-time defending Prince Edward Island U16 AAA champions, and they are hoping for a three-peat this season. There's a long way to go, but they started their season 4-1 so far. The convincing win last night against the same Cape Breton Jets, 8-1 at Simmons Sports Center in Charlottetown, a new facility. Replacement facility, truly what it is. And we are just about set for puck drop. We're back in Montague, we're raring to go. As the Jets will work down into Duke's territory. And the familiar refrain of "Let's go Dukes" from one Alex Green. That'll get the team fired up. Black goes back for the Jets. He'll opt to swing that around, picked up, intercepted by Connor Arsenault. He'll wrap that back around. Quinn McDonald, he'll go cross ice. Jackson Bowering with one along the ice. In front, dangerous opportunity there, avoided by the Jets. Now they'll go with Parker Lee down the right side. Slipped that past starting goaltender Felix Hatton. And that's Arsenault against four Jets. Unsurprisingly, he was foiled, but a little bit of sticky puck after the fresh flood. Mason English now, he'll push that all the way through as Arsenault changes up. Fresh legs for both teams early on. Back with it is Ward. Excuse me, that is Jador trying to work through. 67, not 77. But Ward is out there as well. Back to the point. Shot is redirected harmlessly to behind the net. Pemberton's going to move in. Redirected again off the stick of Jador, but lands on the stick of Mason English, who's playing a 200-foot game there already. Works its way down to the left of goaltender, and I do hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Kalix Ternidis. I did ask for confirmation, so hopefully we have that correct. We do our very best to get things as accurate as we can. Here's Jador. He's gotten through Henry. Working in against Green. Jador slips it in front. And there's a backhand by Lewis, the goal scorer for the Jets last evening. And now Henry, he will start out. He's going to loft that. That's going to land right on Ternitis, and he's going to cover as Hartman's in on the play. And a harmless first shot on goal for the Dukes. We played 2:15 of uninterrupted play. You'll have to forgive my voice, a little scratchy after last night. Still getting my hockey voice going here for the season. Godkin and Simmons will be the face-off warriors. Won by Godkin, back to the point. Langel's going to slip in to the right of Ternitis, and out come the Jets. Up to Francis. Francis poke check by Fisher. Comes back to center ice. Slip to an open wing. But Morrison will be there for the Jets to chip it in deep as Simmons with good speed. Murnahan with a good turn and peel. He'll come up to Fisher. Fisher stopped temporarily. Offside is the call. This is the only game on tap at the moment in the Nova Scotia League. In about an hour's time, the Highlanders, the Cape Breton Highlanders will be visiting the Rebels in Tyne Valley, PEI. And that is temporarily offside as well. Rebels skated away with a 2-1 victory last night against the Highlanders. And in about 45 minutes in Bedford, the Fundy Thunder will go at the Armada. So that's 3 games in the morning, and 1 o'clock game. We'll also see the Thunderbirds visiting the Wildcats. For those following the league closely, we'll try to get you some scores as they come along. We'll be finished first, of course. You can tune in, of course, on High Button Sports for all Nova Scotia U16 games throughout the league. Happy to be on board with them here in Prince Edward Island. Murnahan trying to find Dunn. Campbell Dunn sends that behind. Ternitis can't get a handle on it behind the goal. Now up this will be Guthrow. He'll go across the lead, trying to get back to Guthrow, and that slipped past the outreach stick. Finds his way to the point. Campbell Dunn pins his man. Looking for help is Sam Dunn. No relation, not even spelled the same. Sam Dunn into the corner. Makes a nice move, tries to avoid Lee. And the Jets, Quinn McDonald's going to pinch in. Successful. And now the Jets will go one-on-one. Here's Crowley against Bowering. Can't get the shot away. Bowering without the stick. Crowley's in there by himself. He'll find the trailer. That shot was wide. Now Jador with a shot into the legs of Bowering. Never made it to starting goaltender Felix Hatton. Arsenault with a hard charge down the right side. Connor Arsenault, who scored last night. As did the captain, ×3. That was Broussard trying to slip one through the skates. Jador broke away, and he got caught by Broussard. Now Broussard chips it ahead. He's got McCormick. The Jets will break into neutral territory. Jador, who had a good game for the Jets last night, and that shift back in to neutral territory where the Jets will maintain possession. No score, 5.5 minutes played here early on a Sunday morning. This, if you can believe it, is the final meeting of these two teams for this season. There's a tip in front. And Lewis, the goal scorer last night, just missed the net with that redirection. So it's 3 regular season games between each team. And having played last Saturday in Member 2 and 2 this weekend here in Prince Edward Island, that's going to do it between the Jets and the Dukes. They will, of course, potentially meet in Monktonian or Ice Jam or Hopefully we'll see some more Nova Scotia teams in Charlottetown for the Spud in early February. Now English, stick check by McDonald, excuse me. Back to Green, he'll get it in. Behind the goal, wrapped around, finds its way into Green in the half wall. He'll get a shot, nice blocker save by Ternitis. And Ward will just clear and take the temperature down, no icing. Gives the Jets a chance to get some fresh legs out there. Fast-paced game early on. Henry chips it across to Green. He'll bank it up off the boards. Lands on the stick of the Jets, and surely this will be icing. 6:45 played early on here. No score between the Jets and the hometown Dukes. Last year, of course, the Dukes played all of their games here in Montague. And this season, Saturday night games will be played in Charlottetown at Simmons Sports Center. Fisher lofts a pass towards Langell. The Jets clear it into center ice zone where Simmons will get one right on the shot of the pads rather of Felix Hatton. Backhanded out. Now here comes McDonald. Excuse me, that's Godkin. Godkin backhand leaves it for Langell. Nice glove save by Ternitis. Now Langell wheeling through center into the slot, shot right on. Another big save. Quality shot by Langell. Dukes have it behind the zone. That's going to be banked out. Murnahan able to keep it. And he'll be forced to retreat. Over to Aylward, who scored 2 yesterday on his birthday. Murnahan will turn and rotate the other way, leaving 2 Jets in his dust. 2 Jets collide. Murnahan slips through. There will be a tripping call here. As the speed of Murnahan slipped through, a little bit of confusion in the Jets D. So LeBlanc will go for tripping. Jets penalty to number 6, Stefan LeBlanc. 2 minutes for tripping. That's LeBlanc for tripping. Time of the penalty is 8:08. The Dukes now with power play. They'll swing that around, but a stick got in the way of that. And the puck is up into the netting. Jets come in with the Dukes come in with an almost unthinkable power play scoring rate of only 9%. That will, I'm sure, increase as the season goes on. Last year they led the league, and they seem to be a good passing team so far. Now McDonald, he'll go across to Dunn. Jets defender fell. McDonald goes back to Campbell Dunn. He works down in tight. Sam Dunn, back to Campbell Dunn. Out to McDonald. Can't see a shooting lane. Dunn will go into Dunn's side of the net. Back to Dunn. McDonald at the point. He'll anchor it. He'll go back to Campbell Dunn, and that shot right on. McLennan now with Dunn. Stick on that. Good work by the Jets. Pemberton. And Ternitis will hold that for a whistle. Jets have successfully killed off 67 seconds on this power play. Well, update my stats. 20% is actually what the Dukes power play is up to now. And the Jets killing penalties at a 54% rate. McCormick now, he'll step in, walk, try to go across, hard pass. And that was picked up by Ward of the Jets. So some good defense here. Try to center that across. Stevens got in the way of that attempt. So the Jets with a successful kill so far. All the way through. Broken up by Henry at the last moment. Crawley had a step. Just 10 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Jets. And there will be a penalty going towards the Dukes. A slash towards Colin McCormick. So McCormick will sit for a maximum of 2 as the penalty to the Jets LeBlanc will expire in mere seconds. Duke's penalty to number 6, Colin McCormick, 2 minutes for slashing. That's McCormick for slashing at 10:03. So the Jets now will work their power play, scoring at a 1-in-4 clip, 25%. They'll have to wait for another few seconds to skate themselves down the ice, as that was handled easily by the Dukes. They'll leave that for McDonald behind the goal. English will push him. McDonald working his way up methodically. He'll get to center. He'll wrap that in the hopes that Guthrow will get there first. It's Hartman on the penalty kill for the Dukes in the corner to the left of Hatton. Good battle along there. Hartman's in there. Murnahan's in there. Guthrow as well as Lewis. Halfway through the penalty to McCormick. Comes back to McDonald. He'll skate that through. Oh, Hartman. Hartman's on a break. Stole the puck. Blake Hartman all the way in. Crossbar. Hartman with some good speed and breakaway speed, and that hit the crossbar. Nothing says penalty kill like a breakaway short-handed opportunity. And English now will force the Jets deep. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty to McCormick. The Jets will make some changes. Gardner takes possession now and chips that into the Jets bench. There will be a stoppage in play due to that. Beautiful fall day here, October the 5th. That's how fast time's moving. I hope the weather and everything is good where you are. Maybe you're gonna go get a few apples this afternoon at an orchard. And if you're cracking into an apple pie, save me a piece later on for supper. English will get that down. Just 10 seconds in the penalty to McCormick. And a nice nice penalty kill there by the Dukes. Godkin picks it up. A nice move. Godkin's got a man one time. And Gardner was stopped cold by Ternitis. Gardner will find Godkin one-on-one. Back to Gardner. Shot. A nice save. In tight. Ternitis with the right pad save. Jets coaching staff was raving about their goaltending. Levat had a dandy game last night, despite what the score might indicate. And there's a chip in off the back of Ternitis. And the Dukes will take the early lead from behind the goal.
16-21-7.
Cash Fisher. And that'll be Fisher's second of the season. Duke's goal, his second of the season, scored by number 16, Cash Fisher. Assists to number 21, Jackson Gardner. And to number 7, Colin Godkin. That's Fisher from Gardner and Godkin. Time of the goal is 8:45. 12:45, excuse me. So as last night, the Jets took a 1-0 lead early. Very early, in fact, 14 seconds in. And now we see the Jets jump out to a 1-0 lead. Excuse me, the Dukes jump up to the 1-0 lead. So we'll see what the remainder looks like. 6.5 to go here in period number 1. Campbell Dunn in for the Dukes on the face. And he elects to swing that around in deep. Giving chase there is Quincy McLennan. Quinn McDonald gets that on Ternitis. And he'll take no chances with the cover. Face off again, Campbell Dunn. It'll come back to McDonald. Out front, good stick work there. That shot on Ternitis. I'm not sure who released it, but it was quick and in close. And the Cape Breton goalie was equal to the task. Barron will chip it ahead. Smart move. Sam Dunn's got McLennan. Dunn's going to curl in, still maintaining possession of the puck. In front again, dangerous, and maybe the net is off. The puck was certainly loose. The net may have been off its pegs. In fact, it was. The referee repositions. Sam Dunn tied for points lead on the Dukes with 7. And Lewis with his goal last night, along with Colin McDonald, with 5 points each in the early going to lead the way for the Jets. Now Green and Henry will go back for the Dukes as we approach the 3/4 mark of period number 1. There's a collision, nothing serious, and up from it is Arsenault with the puck. He tries to find some space in center ice. The puck lands on the stick of McCormick. Broken up nicely by Black. Henry now. He'll get that up to McCormick. He'll opt to backhand that deep pass, Black. And McDonald will go for it for the Jets. Shot right on, a nice big kick save. That was by Green, and Ternitis was able to get that out. Green, nice move past Jador. Green's finding himself. Shot. Oh, that was a beautiful attempt by Green to set that one up. He had a black shirt on the side of the mouth of the goal. Another one by Ternitis off the stick. Dukes are pressuring hard now. Back is Crowley, but Henry will be there to defend. Into the skates of Arsenault. He'll loft that ahead for McCormick if he can catch it. Ward's there first into the skates of the official. No harm done for the Jets, though. Gardner will go back. Henry's going to go opposite corner deep for that as Hartman's charging in. He's working against LeBlanc. Nice breakout by the Jets. And Mason English making himself a bit of a nuisance at center ice. Kept in by English. Hartman wraps that around to Gardner. He'll go back to Murnahan. Makes his move as the lane closed. Works it back into English. He's pressured by Pemberton. The centering pass, and back come the Jets, just off of the stick of the hard charging Ward. And now picked up onside is English. He makes one move. English makes a second move. Oh, a tremendous save by Trinitis as English had the move. That's the save of the day so far. Reached out behind him with the stick and held up English from getting the second goal of the afternoon, the morning. Great work by English and a little better move by Trinitis. 350 is what we have left to go. 320 is what we have left to go here in the first period. We hope you're settled in watching. There's a chip in front. Another quick save and a goal on the rebound. So Fisher with his second of the morning, third of the campaign. The first save was a beauty by Trinitis, and Fisher was in the right spot at the right time. Duke's goal, his second of the game, third of the season, scored by number 16, Cash Fisher. Assist to number 9, Nash Langell. And to number 7, Cohen Godkin. That's Fisher from Langell and Godkin. Time of the goal, 16:49. And back come the Dukes for more. That was the chip. Murnahan was found way deep inside Jets territory, as this line has been responsible for both Dukes goals today. One-time attempt and a huge rob by Trinitis. Let me go back and say that's his best save of the morning. Excellent passing play by the Dukes, and Trinitis is red hot. That's his 17th shot. Here's another one. That's his 16th save of the morning already. And that is going to be out of play over the Jets bench. A little less than 2 minutes to play here in the period. The Dukes are leading on the score sheet, and they're certainly leading on the stat sheet in terms of shots on goal. Dominating 18-1 at the moment. And if it wasn't for the heroic work of Calix Trinitis, the Jets would be in deeper trouble than they are. That's Bowering. He'll go across to McDonald. Pass received in front. McLennan. That'll go high over the net. Come back to Bowering. We'll try it again. McDonald picks up that pass. Same setup. McLennan couldn't get wood on that. However, his Guthrow got in the way. Onside are the Dukes. Now the Jets with an opportunity. 2-on-1. Guthrow! And then hit the skate of Bowering, his pass attempt. Last minute of play in the first period. And that may have hit a leg or a stick. Regardless, it did go in, and that will give the Dukes a late period goal. Campbell Dunn released that one. Dunn's third goal of the season, and the Dukes have opened up a 3-0 lead here in Montague. Duke's goal, his third of the season, scored by number 14, Campbell Dunn. Assist to number 10, Sam Dunn. That's Dunn from Dunn. Time of the goal is 19:02. Maybe those guys need to start a law firm or an accounting practice. Dunn and Dunn. You could have some fun with that. We will throughout the season, of course. Dunn from Dunn, and the period's just about done. Now Lewis trying to work anything he can for the Jets to get them going. Just 7 seconds to go, and Henry may run it out. He'll bank that up into center ice, and as time expires, the Dukes continue their dominance over the Cape Breton Jets just 12 hours later. With a 3-0 first period lead, 20-1 are the shots. We'll take a break for the first intermission from High Button Sports. My name is Mark Rooney with Sean McCormick on camera. We hope you'll refill the coffee pot, grab an extra slice of toast, and we'll be back after the flood for period number 2 between the visiting Cape Breton Jets and the Eastern Dukes. And as the Dukes take the ice for period number 2, we welcome you back on High Button Sports. Nova Scotia under 16 hockey action from Montague, Prince Edward Island, where the Dukes have opened up a 3-goal lead. 2 goals by Cash Fisher, and inside the last minute, Campbell Dunn off a nice save by Trinitis. We're ready for puck drop here in period number 2. Guthrow and McCormick. When McDonald takes over possession and sends that deep, Trinitis will wrap that around. Arsenault with a shot right on. The Eastern Dukes would like to thank the following sponsors for their generosity: Marcan Woodmillers, Mr. Plumber, Emco HVAC, Phillips Auto Sales, B&C Shellfish, Live for Today, Pools, Spas and Saunas, and Century 21 Colonial Realty Incorporated. Of course, all of these sponsors help make a program. Ice time, everything's expensive, uniforms, travel. So very, very appreciative, as I'm sure all teams are, of any sponsorship that they can get. Pemberton goes the other way. It goes up the half wall. He takes a big hit. Bowering goes across. McDonald along the ice, a nice save again. Hartman tries to get that. It's in off the crossbar. A beautiful save by Trinitis again. The puck came back to Hartman. And the Dukes have picked up in period number 2 where they left off in period number 1.
17-6 when we claim the second set. 17-6.
Hartman with his second of the year in game number 6. Duke's goal, his second of the season, scored by number 17, Blake Hartman. Assist to number 6, Colin McCormick. That's Hartman from McCormick. Time of the goal is 1:03. And we will have a whistle here. Offside is the call, in fact. Face-off will be outside of Jets territory, with English and Simmons battling. Trinitis will settle that down, and he'll get the whistle. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would take out your 50-50 tickets, we will announce the winning number for you. The winner can see team staff just as the entrance to the rink, and the winning number is 2401-1301. That's 2401-1301. Please see the team staff at the entrance to the rink, and thank you for your support. We're underway again after the puck drop. Henry rips that right back in. Gardner will battle against McDonald. McDonald with some good body in there. Hartman going around as well. English is a good playmaker, sends that in front. Trinitis is low. And that'll land on Hatton. English breaks up 2-on-2, the Dukes. English will go wide. Chips in across the front. Hatton, a shot. Trinitas stayed with it very nicely. Hatton tried to draw him away. Nice work by English, and Trinitas did not overcommit. Excellent play by both players. Stevens lugs it all the way up, but the Jets are just offside. The Jets will be home next weekend. And number 2, beautiful facility, of course, there. They will host the Buccaneers on Saturday and Sunday, in fact. And the Dukes are on the road to Nova Scotia. As next Saturday, we'll get to the schedule in a moment. Here as the Dukes are encroaching on the Jets' goal once again. Mangel, bodied nicely by Stevens. In tight, Trinitas, he's got it. In fact, the Dukes do not play next weekend, surprisingly. No travel at all. And you can get a break from my voice. Face-off will be to the right of Trinitas. 3:20 gone. And period number 2, the Dukes with a 4-0 lead. Looking to create more just outside the reach of McLennan, and he's got a long reach. McLennan will come away with the puck. He tried to shoot, a nice shot block by Black. Block with the Black, now that's Jador. He works all the way deep into Duke's territory. It'll come back, Black. Opts to go along the boards. Jador with a backhand, it's in front. Trying to get it back, that's in front of Hatton. Slips through. Dunn, Sam Dunn tried to break free there. And back to Murnahan. He'll go up to Elward. Dunn tried to redirect it to center. Dukes will be offsides. Play underway again. Taken down by LeBlanc. He'll backhand that up on the right wing. Pemberton fighting for it in his skates, trying to find it. That shot didn't make it to Trinitas. He was looking high for it. Bowering will get the shot. Blockered away into the corner by Trinitas. That's on the stick save. Trinitas is down. McCormick took a swing at it and couldn't get there. We've passed the 5-minute mark of period number 2. Right on. And Arsenault finds the top shelf. He was wide open. Duke's goal, his 4th of the season, scored by number 12, Connor Arsenault. Assist to number 6, Colin McCormick. That's Arsenault from McCormick. Time of the goal is 5:05. And the Dukes are coming for more. Gardner trying to find the handle. Ternitis might have gotten a piece of that. And that will be dumped the length of the ice. No icing on the call. Patton will be out to settle that down. Hartman swings it across to his partner Henry. Collision there at the blue line between two big bodies, Henry and Lee. Pass intercepted by English. Good collision there behind the net as well. English gets a shot on. Ternitis turns that away. Gardner takes control. He'll backhand that around English. Try to slip it through to the charging Fisher. Henry now bumped off the puck by Lee. And back come the Jets. Here comes Crawley. Waiting for support. It's into the skates. And now is a chance. English breaks in alone. English! Huge save by Ternitis. English tries to back it in behind him. And denied again were the Dukes by the pad of Ternitis. Maybe I'll... Now Lee tries to get that chipped ahead forward by Godkin of the Dukes. McDonald. And the Jets will clear. Taking in possession is Elward. He'll dump it back in and force the Jets to go deep again. Coach William Proud of the Dukes. First year of head coach. Third coach in Dukes history, of course, only the third year. But following a winning tradition, of course, by head coach, that's going to be offside. Will Zafiris in year one, and Trevor Peters, who is now with the Island Coastal Services Charlottetown Knights.
Fourth goal, 3 had the second assist on the fourth goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to announce our 50-50 winner and congratulate Laura Lund, and thank you all for your support. And as well, we'd like to congratulate and wish Cindy Bowering a happy birthday today, one of our Dukes parents. Cape Breton Jets take 30-second timeout. Thank you. So the Jets are going to try to reset a bit with their 30-second timeout, and perhaps as much as anything to give Ternitis a bit of a breather. He's been busy as Lavat was last night. Both Cape Breton goaltenders excellent. And Godkin will get removed from the face-off dot and replaced by Langell. Black whips that around to McDonald. One-time attempt to pass it. Now a smooth move by the Jets to escape their zone. Ward now working on Murnahan. He stick hands around. Henry now, Elward. And that is tipped, going to be right on. And a save and a cover by Ternitis. Finds his way back out to Quinn McDonald. Into McLennan, back to, Campbell Dunn. McLennan lugs the puck. Bowering, he'll cycle back towards the point. He'll let it go. Ternitis got a piece of that. And up comes Lewis. Lewis is caught up in the stick of Campbell Dunn. And McDonald. Long pass to hit Sam Dunn. He reaches center and is turned away by the Jets defenders. Now the Dukes looking to gain some possession and shape. They'll go over to Bowering. Bowering forced back by Pemberton. Now Sam Dunn breaking down the left side. Dunn looking for help. Slides that across. Didn't get through. Looking for his namesake, Campbell Dunn. Now Bowering goes into Sam Dunn. They're working into Campbell Dunn, trying to give and go. Comes back to Bowering. He'll swing that across McDonald. One time a shot. Now Campbell Dunn finds himself alone. Chipped through by McLennan. A beautiful setup from Dunn to McLennan. McLennan getting his second of the season. Duke's goal scored by number 18, Quincy McLennan, his second of the season. Assist to number 14, Campbell Dunn. That's McLennan from Dunn. Time of the goal is 9:41. And so the Dukes continue to push. And back McCormick trying to, a beautiful defensive play by Pemberton. Laid out and got the stick on that attempt to clear by McCormick. Now he's got the puck again, a hard shot. A beauty by Ternitis. Face-off is going to be to the right. Now Broussard swings around with possession. Henry lofts all the way in, and Ternitis will stomach that one with no rebound. McCormick on the face-off for the Dukes. Stevens turns, tries to come up the right side. And a breakout. Gets that over to Crawley. Arsenault swings that back to Henry. And he'll push that deep. McDonald intercepts. Nice move by McDonald to slip through. And Guthrow couldn't find it in his skates. And the Dukes will be pushing again. McCormick forechecking against Stevens. Over to Henry. Oh, a nice save by Ternitis, and it's cleared by his defense. And the Jets find the back of Felix Hatton. And that's got to feel good.
7-19-23.
Parker Lee finds the back of the Duke's goal behind Felix Hatton. On just their third shot of the game. get that posted for you. Face-off will be outside of Jets territory. Jets goal scored by number 7, Parker Lee. Assist to number 19, Hudson Crawley, and to number 23, Ben Guthrow. That's Lee from Crawley and Guthrow. Time of the goal, 11:41. So the Jets are on the board, and that will no doubt give them some new life. Hartman with English all alone. Great stick save by Ternitis. It's in front, loose again, and Hartman with an empty net, essentially. Hartman with his second of the day. Duke's goal, his second of the day, scored by number 17, Blake Hartman. Assist goes to number 8, Mason English. That's Hartman from English. Time of the goal is 12:20. So a commanding lead after one was 3-0 has opened up to 7-1 at the moment. The Jets break through center. No quit. None at all. Still hard skating, and that's going to be offside. Well, we couldn't get through a major sporting event like this without the sounds of Taylor Swift pounding through the facility. New album released last Friday. I'm sure you've got your own copy, digital, vinyl, cassette, or perhaps 8-track, whatever turns your dial. On the off wing, Bruce, that was a nice shot and a save. Quick release by Fisher, who got a lot on that. Francis will go deep, and he bumps with Bowering. That's a pretty heavyweight match in that corner. Offside, the Jets will clear the zone. A nice stick there, but it's on to the stick of Godkin. In all alone, Godkin! And he finds the back of the net. And you've got to feel for Calix Ternitis. He's endured a lot. And Godkin joins the goal parade. Duke's goal, his first of the season, scored by number 7, Cohen Godkin. Assist goes to number 9, Nash Langell. That's Godkin from Langell. Time of the goal, 13:48. And it is just not getting any easier for the Cape Breton Jets here. The Dukes with a dominant performance. A nice save again by Ternitis, who has really been the star of the team. And he's got to be getting a little bit discouraged. 42 shots, and we're not halfway through this game yet. Excuse me, 2/3 of the way. We are halfway, of course. Dukes are a slick passing team, lots of good puck movement in the offensive zone. There's one picked up now. Here's Crawley in all alone. Crawley shoots, scores! Crawley with a nice shot over the glove of Hatton. And here come the Jets. Goal number 2 of the period. In fact, goal number 2 of the last 3 minutes. Crawley found himself all alone.
19 from 7.
Lee with the helper on that. Crawley's 3rd of the season. Jets goal scored by number 19, Hudson Crawley. Assist to number 7, Parker Lee. That's Crawley from Lee. Time of the goal is 14:41. Now here's Crawley breaking down the left side again. It's in front. Huge save by Hatton. That's his best of the day. It could have been 8-3 in a heartbeat. He slid across there with a set of splits that only the young can perform. And that'll be gloved by Hatton, who's getting a little bit more work now. The Jets have found a bit of life with their second goal of the period. Two other games underway in the league at this time. The Cabot Highlanders are visiting the Western Rebels. Highlanders 2-3 record, visiting the Rebels, who are 3-2. And the Fundy Thunder are in Bedford to take on the Armada. Fundy comes in with a 2-2 record. The Armada sit at 2-0. Bowering, and a big hit there with Stevens at center ice. Now here comes the shot again, scores! And just like the Jets, just like that, the Jets have some life. Posting in, great shot.
17, 18, 12.
That's Cole Simmons finding the back of the net for the Jets. And what a big 5 minutes they've had.
Just the one, eh? Wait two.
And I believe the team took the puck on that one, and that may be his first of the U16 league. Jets goal scored by number 17, Cole Simmons. Assist to number 18, Cashin Morrison, and to number 12, Malik Stevens. That's Simmons from Morrison and Stevens. Time of the goal is 16:12. So just when you thought it was a runaway, the Jets have turned on the Jets and clawed their way back into this one. It's now 8-3. Still a long way to go, but there's still a long way to go in this one. 23 minutes and change left on the clock between the remainder of period 2 and the full period 3, and we'll see if we need more after that. Some pressure now in the offensive zone by the Jets. Nice stick work by Pemberton. The puck does find its way into the corner. First to it is the Duke's Fisher. He'll backhand that out. Langell. Now Aylward will pinch in and push that right back where it came from. Godkin trying to get that in front. Langell's shot went wide. Finds his way back to Murnion. In front, in tight. Turnitis with an in-tight save, and he'll cover for the rebound. We hope you're having a good Sunday now. It's Sunday afternoon. Perhaps after this, go pick some apples or start to do some preparation work for that big Thanksgiving meal next week. Pumpkin everything, I'm sure. Good battle to the right of Turnitis. And out come the Jets. Good passing. Francis chips that ahead, and he'll go get it. He got a big head of steam, does Francis. Morrison's in there looking for some help for the Jets. And Dunn. Hits Dunn. And along with McLennan. Big hard shot, but Turnitis sees that one clearly, and he'll smother that one. Minute and 31 to go, period number 2. Mark Rooney and Sean McCormick along here. High Button Sports bringing you Eastern Dukes U16 hockey action. And the Dukes are still in control of this one, but the Jets here in the last 8 minutes have certainly made more of a competitive game with 3 quick ones. As we approach the last 60 seconds on the clock, Byron will keep that in, hoping for a redirection. Last minute of play in the second period. And that's Quinn McDonald breaking in. He'll take it all the way in. He slips to the ground behind the net, trying to still navigate with the stick. Dunn looking for some help. Turnitis with a kick save there. Jets will bank that around. Jador. McDonald banks that off the glass to Lewis. Now the Jets just off of his stick. Thought they were going to have a break. 20 seconds left. McDonald swings that around to Jador. They'll try it again. Redirect it up to Ward with some speed. Drops for Jador. Onside. The Jets are. Jador all the way through. And a nice glove save by Hatton. The Eastern Dukes would like to thank the following sponsors: McKenna Brothers Limited, entire mechanical electrical contractors, RBC Wealth Management, McKenna's Pharma Choice, Hanson Electric, Quick Stop Stratford, Dyra Holdings Incorporated, and Earthform Landscape Professionals. McCormick will be pushed out of the face-off now. Quick release. That was off the stick of LeBlanc. And as we get to the final seconds, the Dukes will clear the zone. And that will end period number 2. It was an eventful one, with the Dukes scoring 5, but answers to the tune of 3 from the Cape Breton Jets. So we sit after period number 2, 8-3 in favor of the Dukes. We'll be right back after intermission for period number 3. welcome back to you for third period action between the visiting Cape Breton Jets, who had a strong second half of the second period, led by goaltender Calix Trinitis. They put 3 in past Felix Hatton, a couple on breakaway opportunities. Still a fairly dominant performance by the Dukes thus far. Shots in period number 2 were 25-8. And both teams are up for it. No doubt both teams looking for that quick early goal to sort of get things going. And in deep is Connor Arsenault for the Dukes into Jets territory. Battling in there with him is Broussard. Guthrow for the Jets. And McDonald will be first to it. He'll chip that up the boards rather, but not out. Quinn McDonald, that's off of, I think that went off a Jets defender, but found its way to Trinitis for his shot, first shot of period number 3. He has been wonderful and busy, as was Labatt last night for the Jets. So strong goaltending. English with Ward on the face-off. English now picks it up, trying to get into the slot. That's picked up by Ward. He'll skate hard through center ice. Joined by teammates just offside. Maybe Jador a half a step ahead. But a good breakout and quick work by Ward to get the puck going up the other end of the ice. Pemberton kicked it ahead. It landed on the stick of Gardner. He breaks down the left side. He'll work wide. And back come the Jets. Speedy Ward. Jador's hustling too. It's chipped out. Now English trying to maintain possession. LeBlanc's there to push it back in for the Jets. So good hustle right out of the gate by both teams. Nice stick by Ward to keep that deep in Duke's territory. Hartman going to leave that for English. Dukes are onside. English will work wide. He's the playmaker. Shot high. Trinitis with a nice save high in the shoulder and going to cover that for the quick whistle as well. Not the largest frame in the net is Trinitis, but he has played big today. Pinned to the boards by Stevens is Fisher. Fisher with 2 today for the Dukes. Now Henry coming right down Broadway. Henry! Big save again by Trinitis. Big William Henry. It's like the seas parted and he walked right through like Moses. Need a good biblical reference on a Sunday, and there's your daily dose. Now Godkin will turn and take it right back in. He'll work down the right side. The stick of Fisher lay broken in pieces. And that'll be a trip to one of our corporate sponsors, Chucky Sports Excellence. Later today, perhaps. Bank behind the Jets, and that was Green tried to soccer style that one. And lands back to Henry. Now chasing it back will be Godkin. He'll set up, he'll go wide into the skate of Dunn. Can't collect that one. That's coming our way in the penalty box. And Campbell Dunn gets that deep. Quick moving period. We've played 3 minutes already. Campbell Dunn. Chip that to McLennan. Tries to bring that down, waist high. Now some pressure by Guthrow. Another stick on the ice, that's Guthrow. So he'll retreat to collect that. Dunn charging hard down his off wing. Still with the puck, tries to lean under McDonald. The two 10s are working on each other. Puck finds its way out to Murnahan. Bangs that right back in. McDonald on Dunn. 10 on 10. Shot right on. And a huge save by Ternitis. As done, Ternitis sprawled out. Not sure who had the first look at that, but the rebound was there. And Ternitis is putting on a show here this afternoon. And that's right on again. He'll scoop that up and get the whistle. So McCormick in for the face-off. He's got 2 points today. Another nice save by Ternitis. Stop me if you've heard it before. Can make a recording of that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Eastern Dukes would like to thank their corporate partners, Fair Isle Ford, Island Coastal Services Limited, CCM, and Chucky's Sports Excellence for their generous support. No scoring here in the first 4.5 minutes of period number 3. That's Arsenault. Twirling around in the far corner. Quinn McDonald gets that across his partner, Bowering. McCormick will go back to Bowering. He'll keep that in. High shot, blockered way out into traffic. McCormick picks that up. He'll shoot again and miss. And Ternitis will glove that one. Probably glad to have an easy save for a change. We'll check in on some of the other scores happening at this time in the league. That's a face-off from the right now. It's a steal. Crowley, nice move, Crowley. Can he stay on his feet? No. Excellent breakaway speed by Crowley. And the Dukes forward makes quick work of his opponent, and Ternitis is going to smother that one to get the whistle again. No score in the first between Cabot and Western on the other end of Prince Edward Island in Tyne Valley. And the Thunder have jumped out to an early 1-0 lead against the hometown Armada. Not a heavy hitting game, but there was a big bump there moments ago. And a clean game in terms of penalties. Just the 2 by my record. That's chipped high up to Francis. He'll backhand that out to center ice. Left there. Here comes McDonald. He'll shoot one from long range. Oh, it slipped off the chest gear of Hatton and just missed the far post. Hatton thought he had it. And that would have cut the score in half had that slipped through. Redirected! And a nice kick save by Hatton. That was from Morrison on the point. Francis Big body trying to work into the slot. And English will settle it down and break out for the Dukes. Chips that ahead. That will be icing. Just one stride shy of center ice was English before he released that. And so the Dukes will be puck will be back to the left of Hatton. We played 6:53 here in period number 3. Hatton, the rebound is there, and that was Guthrow scooping for it. Jets backhand, it's close. So some newfound energy from the Jets here in the last part of period number 2 and continuing that into period number 3. Guthrow behind his own net. He's got Cash Fisher to deal with. Fisher banks it around in front, the give and go, trying to find Godkin. Now Murnahan pinches in from the point. He'll settle it down and set it up. The shot right on, looking for the rebound, and Ternitis turns it away once again. This is 46th, you heard it right, 46th save of the morning, afternoon. That could be 2 or 3 games worth depending on your team. And now that's a nice job by the Jets to break out. Here they come through center with some speed. Kept on. Oh, it will be offside, delayed, and back come the Dukes. Turning with Godkin. Aylward's going to throw that in. Fisher may be first to it. Guthrow, I like his game. Now Godkin trying to stick handle through the phone booth. There's a lot of traffic in there. And if you don't get the phone booth reference, go find Google. And that'll help give you an indication of how many birthdays I've had. Dunn and McLennan for the Dukes. Bowering banks it back in. McLennan trying to backhand that out to Sam Dunn. Campbell Dunn chips it forward, trying to get a good shot away. And the Jets cover well in front of their own zone, and they're back to center ice. Clint McDonald hits Dunn on the fly. That's Sam Dunn. Slips through, still with the puck. Dunn all alone, and Ternitis got a stick on that, I believe. Black starts the breakout to Lewis. His pass will be called for icing, and not able to catch up to it was Jador. Heavy hit as Sam Dunn goes to the ice. He's back up, however. Dunn's down again, and here come the Jets. And that gets their team going a little bit. Some heavy hits. Hatton out to chip that to McDonald. Dunn backhands that across. Quinn McDonald, a nice playmaker from the back line. Stolen by McLennan, and he'll head up ice. Now Sam Dunn making a move. He's being mauled in front, and we'll get a penalty. This will go against the Jets. That one was pretty hard not to call. Probably a hold if I had to guess. And I would be right. So McDonald will go for holding on Dunn. That is only the third minor penalty of the game. Jets penalty to number 10, Colin McDonald. 2 minutes for holding. That's McDonald for holding. Time of the penalty is 9:59. So the Dukes power play, now it's jumped up to a 20% effectiveness rate. However, that is going to be called for icing. You don't like to see that if you're Coach William Proud on the power play. So Guthrow will be in Lee. Offense for the Jets. Guthrow will get it back to the point. Chipped into the far corner, that's LeBlanc. Now Murnahan will settle it behind his own goal. Up to Kipton Elward. He stopped temporarily. Good forechecking pressure by the Jets, and they'll push the Dukes back. Did we Pemberton stopped neatly out of midair by Murnahan to keep that puck in. And now the Jets. Excellent penalty kill so far by the Cape Breton squad. Halfway through the penalty. Hatton will settle it down. Dukes looking to get their power play in gear. A cross-ice pass picked up by William Henry. He's got McCormick. Henry can't find the puck. That's into Jackson Gardner. They exchange places. Nice. Green with a hard shot. That just missed. Henry getting worked on by Guthrow. That hit a leg. It hit Hartman. Friendly fire. Now Hartman works through center, dumps it off, looking to connect, back to point, Green. They go to Henry. Backhand into the deep into the corner for Gardner. Now the penalty is expired to McDonald. Good penalty kill by the Jets. All the way through, and Tonitis has got it gloved. He'll get the whistle with just under 8 minutes to go. Prior to today's game, the Jets were killing penalties at a 54% rate. And so that will only increase. Back comes Francis. Puck knocked off his stick by Bowering. And Black will go with Gardner on him. Simmons works down, tries to make a move. He's shoved to the ice by Bowering. Bowering not afraid of the physical play. Here's English. He's got help, trying to slide that to Hartman. Picked up nicely by Morrison from the Jets. Kept in by McDonald. Trying to find Jackson Gardner deep in Jets territory. Hartman now nifty around the net. Hartman will go back to McDonald. Kept in. We've passed the 13-minute mark of period number 3, and there will be a penalty now. Looks like Gardner, who took McDonald to the ice.
Island Coastal Services penalty kill.
So So this will now give the Jets the power play opportunity. They would love to see another one pop in behind Felix Hatton. Dukes are killing penalties at an 80% clip. Duke's penalty to number 21, Jackson Gardner. 2 minutes for cross-checking. That's Gardner for cross-checking. Time of the penalty is 13:09. Trinitis is going to glove that and release. A catch and release to his teammate Guthrow. Here comes Lewis. He's trying to slip past Langell. He does so. Oh, a heavy hit there. And there will be a penalty to the Dukes. And I think that one well deserved. We'll see what the call will be, but that's Fisher. The referees will confer to see what the call will be. So Jet staff out to check on their player. And Fisher will get the boarding call. So now a glorious opportunity for the Jets with a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 8 seconds if they don't score. Duke's penalty to number 16, Cash Fisher, 2 minutes for boarding. That's Fisher for boarding. Time of the penalty, 14:01. Dukes will clear that. Sorry. So that puts a bit of a dent in the time clock on the penalties. The Dukes clearing. Now it's 5-on-3. Here's Lewis. Cross ice. Tried to get the one-timer with Lee. It's chip back in front. Shot. Hit the leg, I believe, of Godkin, and then all the way back down where Trinitis will have to play it. Carefully he does, off to the side. Lewis goes across ice. Crawley, Guthrow, Lewis alone, it's in, the save. 10 seconds remaining on the penalty to Gardner. We'll go to 5-on-4 now. A bouncing puck in front. And the Dukes will ice that one effectively. Inside, 5 minutes to go. .25 seconds remaining on the penalty to Fisher. Jets looking for reinforcement. Here's LeBlanc into the slot. A shot. The rebound is there. Hatton with the first save. And the penalty to Fisher is expired. Dukes are back to full strength. Inside 4 to go. Here comes Green pinching in tight. Tried to get it into Sam Dunn. Lewis takes his man into the boards. And that's Campbell Dunn. He'll go back to Henry. Tried to find Dunn side of the goal. LeBlanc's got Sam Dunn tied up in the far corner to the right of Trinitis. One-time attempt by Dunn. Campbell. And a heavy hit by Campbell Dunn on Penny. Shot right on. Nice save. That was by Jador. And now just 3 minutes to go. Jets are pressing. Now 1-on-2. Back comes Jador. Excuse me, Ward. 77, not 67. Sam Dunn will slow it down. He'll go back to Henry. They're going to loft that high. And back for it will be McDonald for the Jets. He finds Ward. Leaves that for McDonald, who's got some skating room down the right side. McDonald slips through. McDonald! Nice save and a great move as well by McDonald. It was a great opportunity and a nice individual effort by the defenseman, McDonald. (8-3) is where we stand. It looks like it will be a weekend sweep in favor of the Eastern Dukes. That'll take their record to 5-1. And we'll drop Cape Breton's record to 2-4. Before we leave you, we'll give you a little score update. Into the second period, the Highlanders and the Rebels are still scoreless, and the Armada have, in the second period there as well, leveled the score with Fundy. Connor Arsenault, shot and score! What a snipe from Connor Arsenault. Arsenault stepped right into that. And found a hole on Tinnitus. Duke's goal, his second of the game, scored by number 12, Connor Arsenault. Assist to number 3, Quinn McDonald. And to number 11, Jackson Bowering. That's Arsenault from McDonald and Bowering. Time of the goal is 18:28. And that surely will do it. If there was any doubt left behind, the Jets had a good flourish late second period with 3 in the final 8:19, and some spirited fight here in period number 3. Last minute of play in the third period. But the Dukes were simply too much this weekend for the Jets, with convincing victories last night, 8-1 and 9-3 here today in Montague. Nice shot saved by Hatton. And the next home game for the Dukes is not for 2 weeks. No, pardon me. Not for a month. November the 8th at Simmons Sports Center will be the Eastern Dukes back at home. So we'll not be talking to you until then. So we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I'll be a whole year older by the time we talk next. Just 25 seconds left to go, and here's a break for the speedy Hartman. Hartman, nice work by Pemberton on him. Shot on Ternitis, he's got it again with a stick. There's Lewis kicked ahead. Aylward will take possession and up the boards, and just 5 seconds remaining. (60-19) overall were the shots in period number 3, 15-10 in favor of the Dukes. And the Dukes of Hazzard theme song plays for another Dukes victory at home. They'll move their record to 5-1. And the Jets will head home with a 2-4 record. Of course, we wish them a safe journey back home. Enjoy the fall weather. Maybe catch a little bit of Celtic colors in the Sydney area and Cape Breton, some music. I'd love to be there for some of that. Final score from Montague, Prince Edward Island, 9-3 in favor of your Eastern Dukes. My name is Mark Rooney for Sean McCormick and High Button Sports. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday and happy Thanksgiving next weekend to all.